Morning. How do you go from this to this? Then you want to watch this video, which will take you step by step through the whole process. Using only all of this. So welcome to Home Renovation Experts, Steve here, and today's job basically is going to be blockading up that doorway that you just saw. So we've got some 5x2 timber here, circular saw, straight edge, levels, tape, pencil, and a first fix nail. Don't worry if you don't have a first fix nail, it doesn't matter, you can screw it in, no problem at all. What I'm going to do is blockade off. So basically there's a brand new kitchen going in this side, so for this one it's going to be block this side off to sort of obviously separate this area from this area. It'll be dropping around, moving it over to there, taking this wall out, stripping out the entire kitchen, obviously, because you don't want to keep the whole one, do you? So get rid of that bad boy, and then that is basically it until the kitchen fitter comes in. So that is the plan, but today it's all about this aperture and closing it off. So first thing I'm going to do is remove this bit of skirting here, this bit here, and I'm just going to take this and bring that nice and level to that wall there, and then we can start getting some wall built. So hammer and chisel that bad boy off. This one, keeping it in line with the side of the wall, easy peasy. Now just use the fine tool. And then I'll hammer that bad boy off. Beautiful, nice straight cut down there. You can see it even follows the bead, look, beautiful. Get rid of this crap. That's it, stage to one, done. Now for that piece. Here's our straight edge on there, line up that bit of wall, draw a pencil mark and voila, done. I then use the jigsaw to get most of the way down it, boom, to there, and I use the fine tool just to finish off the last piece of cut. And voila, done. Next step is to get your levels and see exactly what your aperture is looking like, what it's actually doing. Is it straight, is it not straight? And it's just off, which isn't terrible. We've got over here, better. And then the head, not awful at all. So it's a little bit out, but nothing major, because what I'm going to do with this one is, I'm going to build the wall freestanding, so I'll build it, well, I'll get it cut, measure out the front, I'll then build it in here, and now I'll just put it up into place and slot it into the aperture. In order to do that, I'm going to have to make sure I've got a bit of tolerance, because now I know that it's not perfectly level. I want to make sure that my measurement for this length is going to be the shorter version of the measurement. So whatever that is from there to there, because actually that's the smallest part, that'll be what I set it all to. So, right, back in a minute. So what I've done is I've chopped them to 179 centimetres, which is exactly the right width, minus about a centimetre. Next, I put them up together. What I then do is grab a stud that's going to be the vertical. So this is going to be my top plate and my base plate. Mark off there, so that's the width, obviously that bit of wood. Then I measure from there to 400 mil, put a mark, put a mark, put a mark, put a mark. Once I've done that, I then take my tri-square and just run that line through with a pencil. And what this will allow me to do is when I get these in and I'm putting my vertical studs in place, I know exactly where to line them up, because essentially, if this was vertical stud, it'll go directly on that line and I just file a nail straight into the bottom. This makes my life a bit easier. So these ones can go indoors now, and then I'll get the vertical ones cut. Again, for those who are registered to the channel, you know basically when it comes to chopping it, circular saw, take my measurement wherever it's going to be. Say we've got a measurement there, put that line on there, mark it through. Do this one hand, it's slightly more interesting. Bring this down to about there, and then get your circular saw, get it so it lines up the edge of the tri-square, lines up with where the cut's going to be, give or take there, and then you just pin the tri-square in place with one hand and then run your saw through the other. That means that the blade is always up against a flat, perfect surface, so it's not going to twist and bow. You get a perfect cut every single time. And for a lot of us who don't have like big chop saws and stuff, it's a real easy way to make your cuts. The other thing you notice is that I haven't been bothered to get my like horses out, because like, i.e. the stuff to like hold the wood up to a certain level. Again, just chucking a bit of wood underneath it like this, you can work here. In my opinion, sometimes it makes life a bit easier because you're working at the same level. You're just dragging it across here, you don't have to bend down far and piss and fart around. Just chuck it on, measure it, cut it. Especially when you do like 6 cuts, it's not worth getting all that stuff out. So, and if you've been following my garden room build, you know that I've done the entire garden room using this, and it's coming along amazing. So, right, that's all these verticals cut. Inside we go. Right, so that's now what you can now see. Basically, it's in position. So what I've got is, obviously, these are going to be lined up with the lines there in touch with that. Doesn't matter, it's not touching a minute, because it will do, it's just where it's skewy if lying on the floor. So basically, I'm just going to run along pull these up like so, get the nail gun, fire 2 shots into the head of each one, and then I'll grab the bottom, line it up with the bottom verticals, and then fire it in as well. There you go. That is now all nailed together in one foul piece. So what I've got to do is lift it up and slide it in place. Like a glove. Now, what I'll do is, I won't level it up as you think. What I'm going to do is, because the depth of the wall is a little bit thicker than having the 5x2, it will take 12mm on one side, and the other side it will take 9mm plus 12mm, which will then give about 5mm recess into the wall, 5mm recess into this wall, which will allow the plasterer to then just fill this bit beautifully. But that is in gorgeously, fits literally gorgeous, so very chuffed. So I'll get that leveled up and marked up, ready to accept that, then I'll get it secured, and I'll show you how I do that. So what I've also done, I forgot to say, is I didn't put the noggins in there, so I will put like noggins across here to the centre. Didn't put it in before doing that because you want the vertical manoeuvrability, you want to be able to like, manipulate the wall if you need to, kind of twist it and bend it to get it in place. If I put those in, it's quite rigid, doesn't give you that same sort of movement. Next job is 5mm drill bit. And I've piloted 3 holes, as you can see, like that. What I'll then do is change this 5-bit wood bit into a 7mm masonry bit. And once I've got this in position where I'm happy the plasterboard's going to go, I'll then send the 7mm through those holes into the masonry, and that's how I get my fixing. And like I say, like exactly how do you measure, get a good accuracy measurement for like how the plasterboard's going to go? Well, it's simple. Cut yourself off a piece and keep hammering it until you know you've got that clear. See that? Couple of mil there, that's perfect for plastering. Do the same at the bottom, put it on there, and now I can see, oh yeah, looky. Yeah, that's beautiful. So now, this side will get secured there. I know it's going to be perfect for a plaster board, and it's going to be perfect for a plasterer, and then I'll do the same for that side. So, how do you get the fixtures in the walls? Quite straightforward. So like I said, I've done a 12mm for the wood, I've done a 7mm for the wood into the masonry. Now you just put your raw plug in there. Little tapping, tap, 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 tap. Lovely jobby. Grab your screw. Place in said hole like this. Grab your hammer, which you left on the floor because you couldn't do 2 things at once whilst holding that, and then keep going until you get into your wall. Then what you need to do is basically get the impact driver. Done. And you need to repeat that for all 3, top and bottom. And now that is going nowhere. Rinse and repeat that side. And this thing is secured beautifully. Next job is to basically, this is basically 2 meters tall for argument's sake. So I put a marker, a meter just there. I then run my level across from one side to the other, mark off across the top of it. So I now know that my noggins are all going to be perfectly in line. I can just marry them up into the centre of that. Job is good. So I'm going to get those cut, get those fit, now they're all secured, and rigidify it. Is that word? Is now. Right, so you go, centre noggins in. So top tips here are, I'll overcut these a little bit. So basically I put this noggin into this the aperture, and actually stay on its own, little hammer tap to kind of get it in line with the markings. This one, once this is in, forget this one for a second. This one's in place, I can fire 2 nails, boom, in that way. You can put 2 screws in. What I then do is grab an offcut, put it in there, secure that, so then I've got something to fire nails upwards, because I can't really come from that side into there. So by doing that, fire then 2 straight up in there, job's a good one. This one, once it's up and in place, I can't fire from this direction this way because this one's in the way. So what I do with that one is, it goes up at an angle like that. This one in, obviously straight through there, and rinse and repeat. Now, something I did forget, because I'm kind of rushing like a blue-ass fly, a bit late this morning coming in, quotes and other bits and pieces and trying to do the videos, is that I forgot to make sure that when I measured from this wall So over here, I had a carrier ready for my plasterboard. I didn't, it was just shy. Should have taken it into account. Even we mess it up the tray sometimes, easy to do. But it doesn't matter, I've chucked in this one that now sits there and there, which now means my 1.2 board will sit to the centre of there. So all it is cut the length of the board, the height, sorry, and that'll go straight into that point on there, another one across there. Easy peasy. So yeah, there's always ways to get around stuff, even if you do mess it up a bit. Don't worry about it, it'll be all right. So that's that done, that's the wall built, happy with that. So now it's time to get the plasterboard cut, fit and in. So, plasterboarding. Now, cutting this stuff is a piece of piss, okay? What you do is find yourself a nice flat area. You can lie it down, so out there you can just see it's on the grass there. Lie it down, take your measurements, long level. Put that on the measurement marks where you're gonna need it. Score it 3 times with a standing blade. Lift it up, snap it, and cut it. Easy peasy. The other thing you want to do is mark, so once you kind of got it in place, mark where your studs are, vertical and horizontal, because you know exactly where they are, because take all the measurements. If you've forgotten, in this case you go the other side. Draw your lines, and then that's it. You know exactly where to fire screws, nails, whatever you're going to use to hold it up with. Piece of cake, simple as. So that is that. Now, looking beautiful, just like that. Now to the other side, and I'm done. There you go, all done. So, if you like what you're seeing, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the bell icon, all the other icons, anything you can see, hit it, love it, jubbly. Don't forget, jump over to TikTok, give me some love over there, because basically I'm trying to grow that account as well. So yeah, also on Facebook and Instagram, that's some lovely pictures that I take, because you all know I'm a photographer as well. Just saying. Anyway, I'll be back tomorrow. No, I won't, it's Wednesday. I'll be back Thursday. I'll see you then.